Hey friends, welcome back to my channel Organized with Joy. I'm Joy and I want to inspire you to get organized. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you some extreme cleaning motivation as I deep clean this vehicle. This is one of our vehicles and it belongs to our son now, and I will talk a little bit more about it later on in the video.
Like a hound dog, but I will come back when she calls. When she calls, I'll come to her. When she calls, I'll come to her. I had a dream last night, shaking like a soldier in my shoes. I had a dream.
So as you could see, I started by just taking it through a car wash. I chose to go ahead and pay for a car wash instead of doing it myself because this car was in desperate need of cleaning. And then next, I'm going ahead and using our local car washes vacuums because they are free to use, and so I always like to use those. They're a little bit stronger than my personal vacuum.
It's a tunnel kind of vision, like alcohol's involved, and I stray like a hound dog, and I'ma come back when she calls. When she calls, I'll come to her. When she calls, I'll come to her.
So this vehicle used to be our secondary vehicle. We always have kind of a bigger vehicle and then a smaller sedan type vehicle. But we did replace this vehicle when our middle son was a senior in high school, I believe. We passed this vehicle on to him so that he had something to drive to and from school. And now we are passing it on to our second son so that he can drive to and from school. But we have had this vehicle for quite a while. I remember we got it when my 17-year-old was in second grade. I remember going to pick him up from soccer practice in this vehicle after we purchased it.
I owe it all to you.
So now you can see that I'm back home and I'm just going ahead and giving the inside a good clean with some all-purpose cleaner, and I'll also clean the windows with my spray away product. But the reason why this car was in such bad shape is because the battery actually went out. Priuses actually have two batteries, a hybrid battery and then a normal battery. Both of them went out, so we had to replace both of them. But because of COVID, because my youngest son wasn't driving any place, we decided to put off replacing those batteries. And then we recently got that taken care of, and so I wanted to go ahead and clean up this vehicle since it was ready to go.
Goes through
This vehicle has truly been through so much, even just within the last year. It's just been sitting in our driveway, collecting leaves and dirt from the trees. And it also made it through an ice storm over the winter. So it's definitely been through a lot. But I wanted to share a very funny story of something that happened to my husband and I in this vehicle. So several years ago, my husband and I went to the music festival South by Southwest here in Austin. And if you don't know what it is, it's basically a week-long festival where a lot of newer bands and artists showcase what they're doing. And what we did was we drove to the train station and took the train downtown because parking is impossible downtown, but particularly during events like this. So one night on the way home, mind you, this is like after midnight that we're coming home, we're riding the train and there's this woman who is clearly intoxicated, and we just start talking to her because she seems kind of out of it and she doesn't seem to be with anyone. And she is like still on the train when we're nearing our stop, and we are the last stop of the line. So we ask her, where do you live? Do you need to get off? And she seemed kind of confused and then realized she didn't get off at her stop. So we didn't want to just leave her on the train. She was clearly not doing well. And so we decided to just give her a ride home. At this point, I bet you can tell where this story is going. So she's sitting in our back seat. My son actually gets car sickness, so I happen to have Ziploc bags in my car in case he gets car sick. So I give her a Ziploc bag, because she's intoxicated and I don't want her throwing up in our car. So gave her the Ziploc bag and she throws up everywhere. Not in the Ziploc bag, everywhere all over our back seat. Again, reminding you, this is after midnight. I think by the time we got home, it was like 2 a.m. But we did manage to get this sweet woman home safely. My kind husband took the steam vac out into our garage at like 2 o'clock in the morning to clean up the seat where she was sitting and all of the throw up. I don't think I could have done it, so bless his heart that he did that. This was actually not the craziest story of things that happened to us during that week at South by. If you stay until the end, I'll tell you one other funny story of something that happened to us that week. It was definitely an interesting time, but still a lot of fun. Also here, I'm just cleaning between the trunk. I don't know how to explain it, but you can see where I'm cleaning. That just got a ton of debris and dirt. I'm not really sure how that happened. Probably just from sitting there for a year and a half unattended. But I'm trying to clean it out with paper towels because I didn't want to make my cleaning cloths really dirty. So I was using paper towels, but it was definitely challenging to get this space cleaned.
As I went down to the river to pray, studying about that good old way, and who shall wear the starry crown? Good Lord, show me the way. No, sisters, let's go down, come on down. Oh, sisters, let's go down.
Next, I am going to start using our steam vacuum to go ahead and clean the carpets and the seats in this vehicle. You can see there's kind of a big stain there that definitely needed to be taken care of.
As I went down to the river to pray, studying about that good old way, and who shall wear the smoking crown? Lord, show me. Oh, brothers, let's go down,
And here I end up just grabbing my laundry stain remover to try to get this stain out of the carpet here, and it actually did work fairly well.
Next move, honey, make the call. How we gonna run with the money after I break his jaw? After I break his jaw. After I break his jaw. Without his eyes and cross his teeth. They're trying to steal my life from me. A broken bottle in my hand. A broken bottle in my hand. Oh Lord, a broken bottle in my hand. A broken bottle in my hand.
I did have to cut out some of the footage of me vacuuming this back seat, which was sad because it was so terrible with all the leaves, and some of the footage of me doing the steam vacuum back here, because note to self, do not wear a V-neck shirt when you're doing a cleaning video. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Make the call. Is he gonna cry like a woman after I break his jaw? After I break his jaw. After I break his jaw. Without his eyes and cross his teeth. Trying to steal my life from me. And get my point across his face. Broken glass now just in case. A broken bottle in my hand. A broken bottle in my hand. No, no, a broken bottle in my hand. A broken bottle in my hand. No, Lord, a broken bottle in my hand. A broken bottle in my hand. No, Lord, a broken bottle in my hand. A broken bottle in my hand. No, Lord. Wish I could take your lips with me on the road, wherever I'd be. I'd kiss you goodnight in a far-off moonlight. I wish I could take your lips with me, listen to your little voice sing along with the radio, a song that someone else wrote, but I don't care. I just need you here. I wish I could take your eyes with me, show you all the things I've seen. My favorite Mexican bar, open air and big bright stars. Wish I could take your eyes so blue. My second favorite part of you, probably looking at some other man. Southern gentlemen steal your hand, but I'll stand up and I'll keep the mouth shut. And I see a spark in the making. I hope the rain don't come too soon. You've got a hand for the taking, and I'm about to take it to the moon. I see a spark in the making. I hope the rain don't come too soon. You've got a hand for the taking, and I'm about to take it to the moon.
Okay, I promised you a second story about our experience at South by. So one night, my husband and I were eating at a famous restaurant down on 6th Street. If you're not familiar with 6th Street, look it up. It's famous, infamous. But it was Chupacabra, and they sat us right by the window, which was kind of fun, you know, watching all the people meandering by. But we get this huge drink. They're famous there that you share, and it's like kind of like a fishbowl type drink with, you know, 2 straws coming out. And we're sitting there, and David, my husband, goes up to go to the bathroom, and while he is gone, this woman runs inside of Chupacabra, sits down in his chair, and takes a drink out of our drink. And I was like, oh, hi. Okay. So David could hardly believe it when he got back, and I told him that story. It was crazy.
Got a hand for the taking, and I'm about to take it to the moon. I see a spark in the making. I hope the rain don't come too soon.
I did end up using that stain remover on a couple of stains that were on the front seats and even on the back seat, and it definitely worked really well. In the end shots, I realized after I had filmed that there was definitely a spot on the floor where I could have used that. Maybe in the future I will go ahead and do that, but it's fine that I missed that spot. And here I'm just showing you the dirty water. I don't usually do that, but it was really bad, so I thought it might be satisfying to see this dirty water. And here I'm just showing you the after shots, and as you can see, there is still that stain on the carpet like I mentioned, but overall it was really satisfying to get this done. I'm glad that it's nice and clean for my son to drive now. But I appreciate you watching this video until the end. If you are not yet subscribed to my channel, I would love for you to consider subscribing. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.
How come to her? I had a dream last night. Shake